Hello Level 1 students, this is Dr. Paul Wilson here. He's the Director of Undergraduate Education. You saw me at your induction lecture on Monday of this week. So as promised in that lecture, I have created this short video to show you the online system called Canvas. So Canvas is the university system where we host all of our learning resources such as lecture handouts, lecture slides, and also lecture recordings where classes are recorded. So all of you should have access to Canvas now, and it's really important that you familiarise yourself with the layout of Canvas and ensure that you can find your lecture materials to print out in advance of those classes. So to access Canvas, you go to www.canvas.qub.ac.uk and you will be taken to a login screen like this. So you log in using your student number and your university password that you've chosen to use for university systems. So when you log in, you'll be taken to the dashboard, which is essentially the home page that shows you all of the different modules that you are currently registered for. Now, what you can see here is my staff screen. So there are lots of modules in the other years of study that are visible to me. But for you as first year students, you should only be able to see the top 4 modules that first year students are enrolled on. So the first module here is the Central University module that helps students transition to university study. So this is a short online course that you can work through in your own time to find out more about Queen's University and to develop some of the very important study and scholarship skills that you will need to be successful at university. So I'll step you through that briefly in a moment. The second module here is PSY 4000. This is the Psychology Undergraduate Information module. So this isn't a module that you're studying or that you will be assessed in, but rather this is a space for information about your degree programme. So I'll give you a quick tour of this and show you all of the information that it contains. In terms of the 3 academic modules that you will be studying for in your first year of study, these are PSY 1008, PSY 1009, and then down here there's the third one, PSY 1010. So each of these 3 modules will contain all of the lecture materials that you will need and all of the information that you will need to know about in order to study that module successfully. So I'll give you a tour of one of those modules as well. But just before I do, you might want to personalize your Canvas experience. So to do that, you can go over here to the left-hand menu bar and click on Account. And then under the profile link, you can go in and write a little bit about yourself so that people can get to know you. And you can also upload a face picture as your profile picture. And I would really encourage everyone to upload a face picture of themselves. It just helps build a sense of community, particularly on the module discussion forums. So you can put names to faces and it helps people get to know one another on the course. So please do put up your face picture. The other thing that I want to draw your attention to is this notifications link. So in here you have a list of notification preferences where you can set the frequency of notifications for different Canvas alerts. I will send you a separate email with the recommended notification settings that you should have for Canvas. When you get that email, I would recommend that you go on and ensure that those notification settings are set to ensure that you get important information about the course in a timely manner. It is possible for you to turn off all notifications on Canvas or some notifications on Canvas. I would strongly recommend that you don't do this because that will mean that you will not get important information about your course. So staff members will use the Canvas systems to communicate with you about your course. Particularly information related to your upcoming assessments. Also, if a staff member is taking an in-person class, and they have to self-isolate at short notice. It is on Canvas that they will send you a message to alert you to the fact that that lecture won't take place in person and will instead be delivered online. So it's very important that you have your notifications set up correctly so you get crucial information in a very timely manner. You can also have Canvas as an app on your mobile phone, and this will allow you to get notifications directly to your mobile phone in addition to receiving them into your QUB email account. So to do that, you can go into your App Store, and the app name, let me just find it here, is Canvas Student. So go into your App Store and search for Canvas Student, and you will be able to download the app for free. And once you log in using your university credentials, you will be able to access most of the module information that's available on a desktop computer or laptop. So the lab is limited, so you won't have access to all the information and features that you will have access to in a normal web browser, but it is very, very good for keeping up to date for things on the move. Okay, so let me show you a little bit. Oh, sorry, yes. Before I do, another feature I want to show you about is this help icon over on the left-hand side. So if you need any technical support with Canvas at any point in your studies, this should be your first port of call. And what you can see when you click on here is that there is a live chat facility for students. This is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year. So you have instant access to technical support at all times of the day or night through live chat. You also have the possibility of telephoning the technical support as well. Again, that's 24/7 support. So if you are having technical difficulties at any time, you can access instant support using these methods. Okay, so let me show you your modules now in detail. So I've clicked into the first module. So this is the Central University module to help you with transition to university. So within this module, you can see the module homepage here, and it just gives you a brief description of what the purpose of this module is. You've got a brief introductory video to watch, and then to move on to the next page, you click on the Get Started button. And that will take you into the module area on Canvas. And this is essentially an overview of this transition to university module. So you can see it's split up into different sections, and within each section there are a number of pages that you need to work through in order to complete the module. So we'll start off with section A, and we'll look at the Introduction to Queen's page. So if you click on that, you can see there is another welcome from the university, and there's another video to watch introducing you to Queen's University Belfast. Once you've finished on that page, you can hit next, and that will take you to page number 2 of section A, which is about the Queen's campus. So here you can see more information about the campus, and you can see there are a number of tabs here that you can explore resources. When you're finished with page 2, you can hit the next button to go to page 3 of section A. And here the topic is academic teaching and support. So this is where you can get information on the differences between your personal tutor and your advisor of studies and so forth. So here you find a series of videos that are split up across the various disciplines in the university. So you can see there are 3 tabs. These correspond to the 3 faculties of the university. So a faculty is essentially a group of schools that are all aligned to a particular area. So in Queen's University there are 3 faculties. There's the Faculty of Arts, Humanities and Social Sciences, the Faculty of Engineering and Physical Sciences, and the Faculty of Medical Life and Health Sciences. So the School of Psychology, you might be surprised to hear, falls under Engineering and Physical Sciences. So that is the faculty where you're all studying within the School of Psychology. So if we click on our faculty, you can see there are a number of videos here. So the first set of videos are from the School of Electronics, Electrical Engineering and Computer Science. But down at the bottom, you will see there are 2 videos that I recorded for students within our school, outlining the sources of support available to you during your time with us, and also some tips for new students starting university in their first year of study. So please do watch those videos. And when you're done, you can move on to the next page by hitting next, and so forth. So if you want to go back to the overview screen, you just click on the modules link, and that will take you back to the main overview. So you can see in section A, we worked through the first 4 pages within section A. If you just kept hitting the next button, you would eventually come to the final page of section A, and hitting next again would take you automatically into the first page of section B. So essentially you just need to start at the top here and then work your way through the content by clicking next until you get to the very end of the program. So I strongly recommend that you complete this short online module at some point over the next week or two, to ensure that you're fully aware of the university and the study skills that you will need to develop to be successful on the course, and also the sources of support within the university. So that's the first module that I wanted to show you. So let's click on this icon here to go back to our main dashboard. And let's look at the psychology undergraduate program area of Canvas. So we will click into this area. So this is, as I said, a section of Canvas where we will give you lots of important information that you will need as a student studying the BSc in Psychology program. So all students on that program have access to this area. So it's not just for first years, it's also for second years and third years. So you can see there are a number of sections in here where you can find out details of our regular seminar scheme within the school. So this is where we invite researchers in psychology from other institutions to visit us and to give an hour's presentation on their research interests. So these are open to students as well as to staff. So you can click in here and you can get details of who will be presenting on a particular week. So they normally run on a weekly basis. So you can see here we've got a social psychology seminar on Monday the 27th of September. You've got a little bit about what they will cover, and then to join that seminar you can click on the seminar link at the bottom there. Okay, so let's click on the home icon to go back to the home page of the undergraduate information area. So you can see you've got an area with information on careers and development opportunities. You've got an area detailing the various social events that we will be organising throughout the year. You've got an area dedicated to student well-being and support, and you've also got access to our regular psychology students newsletter. And I would encourage students who are interested in that to become, to put themselves forward to become an editor or a writer for that newsletter. So that's coordinated by Dr. Aideen McParland, who is your head of year, and it's lots of fun to get involved with that, and it gives you an opportunity to meet other students and also staff members as well. So you can go in there and have a read through the newsletters. You will also have dedicated year group pages, so more specific information related only to level 1 students will be in the level 1 area, second year students will be in the level 2 area, and so forth. So at the moment these are still under development and they will be added to as we progress through the year, and that there is information to provide you with, so you can keep an eye on those areas. Down at the very bottom here, you have a link to the consultation hours area. So the consultation hours are where each week, every member of staff who teaches in the School of Psychology makes themselves available for 1 hour for student drop-ins. So these are held online. So essentially what you do is you go to this webpage and you will need to log in using your university credentials. Here we go. So you can see every member of staff in the department is listed, and they have detailed the day and the time when they will be available for student drop-in consultations. These are held online, as I've said, so to join them, all you need to do is click over on their consultation room link at the far left-hand side, and that will open up your Microsoft Teams application, and you will be able to talk to that member of staff face-to-face during that 1 hour period on a particular day each week. And this is available to you to talk to members of staff about anything you want to talk to them about. So you might want to get some careers advice from a particular member of staff who works in an area of psychology that you're interested in. You might want to talk to them about a particular lecture that they have recently delivered. You might want to ask them a question about some feedback that they have given you on a piece of work. So whatever it is you'd like to chat to the member of staff about, you can pop into their consultation session on a particular week and chat to them there. So please do make good use of the service. The students who we started it last year for the first time, and the students who used it thought it was really, really valuable to have that personal contact with members of staff where they could ask them questions in a one-on-one environment. So what will happen is when you enter their consultation space on Microsoft Teams by clicking this link, you will go into a waiting room, and the staff member will be able to see the students in the online waiting room, and they will invite you in one by one to talk to you, and once they're finished you will leave, and then they will invite the next student in for their talk with them. So please do make use of this service if you need to. Okay, so that is our psychology undergraduate information area, and that will be updated very regularly across the year. So let me go back now to the main dashboard, and I will show you your 3 academic modules. So you know now that you will be studying 3 modules in psychology this year. The Foundations in Psychology module, the Introduction to Methods in Psychology module, and the Using Psychology in Everyday Life module. So I won't go through all 3 of these. I'll let you explore them in your own time. But it is really important that you go into each module in your own time and have a read through the information that is available, particularly on the homepage, as you will see. So let me use 1008 as an example. Okay, so when you enter one of your academic module areas, the first thing you will come to is the module homepage. And this homepage is essentially the handbook of information for that particular module. So it contains all the information you need to know about that module. So it gives you an overview of the topics that will be covered. It will give you the learning outcomes. So these are the things that you should be able to do as a result of studying the module. So in other words, these are the things that we're going to be assessing you on in your module assessments. It also outlines what skills you will need to develop. There's also a brief video introduction from the module coordinator, welcoming you to the module and giving you a bit of information via video. Don't worry about this problem message. This is just because I'm in incognito mode and it's not picking up the cookie. As long as you don't use the incognito mode, it will appear, and I checked it and it is working. So that's just because I'm running this in a different web browser. Then further on down, you've got the module timetable. So it's really important that you know your timetable. So you can see for each week, you've got what date the week starts on, and you have details of each of your lectures across that week. So you've got the time, day, and location, the room details of in-person lectures. And then you can see the Wednesday lecture is an online lecture that will be delivered by Microsoft Teams. Okay, so you've got your dates, times, and nature of each class, and then the hyperlinks here will take you to the class materials. Okay, so you can see your first lecture on Tuesday morning is a module introduction lecture by Dr. Tim Fosker. You see Tim again on Wednesday at 9 to 10 a.m, this time online, and that's for What is Psychology lecture. And then on Thursday morning, you will see Dr. Chris Gibbons for a 1-hour lecture on critical thinking. So let me just take you into the module resources. So we'll click on critical thinking here. So you can see this is all the information you need on that particular lecture. So you've got the learning outcomes. So this is what you should be able to do as a result of studying this individual lecture. You've got recommended reading here that you can do in advance or after the lecture. You have the lecture slides, so you can download these lecture handouts as a PDF and print them out and then use them to take notes during the lecture. And then after the lecture, a recording will be made available in and around 3 days after the lecture has happened. So if you weren't able to go to that particular lecture due to unforeseen circumstances, you will be able to go in here and watch a recording of that lecture. So that's what a typical lecture page will look like. So let me go back to the module homepage and show you what else is on here. So we've looked at the timetable, so you can see you've got you can have an overview of all of the different topics that you're going to be studying across the first semester. The assessment weeks are blocked out. These are when you don't have class scheduled. Instead, we will set you coursework to be working on over those 2 weeks. So these are the weeks that you can block off to focus entirely on completing coursework on the lectures that you've just had before the assessment week. If you want to look at your semester 2 timetable, you can click on the link down here to have a view of what's happening after Christmas. Then you've got a section on assessment and feedback, so you can see how the module is assessed. You can see any compulsory requirements for passing the module. And you can also see more detail on the individual types of assessments. So you can see for coursework, you've got 2 tutorial essays to do and what topics they will be in. The submission deadlines haven't been confirmed yet. These will be updated in the next week or two when we finalise your submission timetable for the first semester. You will also be able to see when the coursework is marked, we will put up the class average mark and also the standard deviation of marks, so you can see how you did compared to other students on the course. So that will be updated when you get your marks back. You can also see some information on the examination that will take place in May. You also have details on what feedback you can expect to get as a result of studying on the course, details on how your coursework will be marked, and also how to submit coursework on Canvas when that time comes. And then at the end here, you've got your reading list of the key textbooks that you will be using for the module, and then an online link to access those using the library at Queen's. So that's the module homepage. So an alternative way of going in to find your lecture materials, rather than clicking the links in the timetable, if I scroll up to the top here, is if you go over to the right hand side and then, let me just show you what students, so this is a staff view. Let me just go into student view. Yeah, so this is what it will look like for you. On the left hand side, you'll see there's 3 options here. So the home link will take you back to this module homepage. The module link will take you into the overview of the module. So you can see here you've got semester 1, week 1, and that's got your 3 lectures set up there. So if you wanted to look at the critical thinking lecture resources that Chris Gibbons is going to be talking about on Thursday of week 1, you can see there that brings you into that lecture resource page where you can download your slides for that lecture. So just to note, the slides and handouts will be uploaded onto Canvas within 48 hours of the lecture class. Okay, so they sometimes will go up earlier than that, but the minimum time for these materials to be released to students is 48 hours in advance of the class. So if you come across classes where the lecture slides haven't been uploaded yet, they will be there at the very latest 48 hours in advance of the class. So don't worry if they're not there yet and there's still more than 48 hours to go before the class is due to take place. They will be up within 48 hours of the class. Okay, so let me go back to modules. So that's semester 1, week 1. As semester 1, as we approach week 2 will appear here again with the pages for the lectures associated with week 2. As we approach week 3, the week 3 resources will be published. So you won't have access to all of your lecture materials for the entire year from the start of the year. We release them on a weekly basis and they will be released, as I said, at the very latest 48 hours or 2 days before the lecture is due to take place. So you'll be visiting this section very regularly to download your slides and to print them out in advance of classes happening. The third area that I want to tell you about is the discussions area. So these are where you'll find your discussion forums. So these are online spaces where you can ask questions about content that has been taught within a module to the individual staff members who taught the class. So you can see here at the minute we've got 3 sections open. You've got an area for questions on the module introduction section or lecture. You have a section for questions on the What is Psychology lecture of week 1, and then you also have a section to ask Dr. Chris Gibbons questions on his critical thinking lecture on the Thursday of week 1. So if you have a question as a result of looking at that lecture, you simply click on the appropriate discussion forum associated with either the member of staff or the topic that's being taught, and you can see here you can simply write a question and hit post reply, and that will be posted on the discussion forum. So all students will be able to see your question as well as the staff member. The staff member will be alerted to the fact that you have posted a question on here, and they will reply to you in this discussion forum within 2 working days. So the school has agreed with students that we will monitor the discussion forums continuously, and we will respond to questions posted here within 2 working days. So that doesn't include weekends, it's working or holidays, it's working days. So this is the quickest way to ask questions to a lecturer who has taught you a class. Okay, it's much quicker than emailing them because people's email inboxes are very busy. So the quickest way to get a response to questions is by posting them on the discussion forum. And before you post a question, please make sure that you read the questions and answers that have been previously posted by other students, because you might find the question has already been asked by someone else, and you've got your answer instantly in that case. So please don't be shy about posting questions on these forums. Sometimes with first year cohorts, people are a bit shy and they're not too sure whether they can use it or not. But people very quickly get into the swing of asking questions, so that the forums can be quite busy with people answering and asking questions. And just remember, staff members are teaching you topics because it's topics that interest them. It's our area of expertise. So we love getting questions on topics that interest us and answering questions and helping students to learn more about the topics that interest us. So please don't be shy about asking questions. Staff members really do like reading your questions and responding to you. So please do make good use of this discussion forum. It's a great source of feedback for you and a great way of you to improve your learning on the course. Okay, so that's all I wanted to show you on Canvas. That's the basics of how you can navigate it. What I would recommend over the weekend and into week 1, you go on to Canvas yourself and just have an explore of all of your modules that you can see, and familiarize yourself with the details, particularly on each module homepage. So you can see here I've gone into the methods module, and again you've got all of the detail of who's teaching you on this module. Down below you've got your timetable with links to the resources and so forth. So please do have a read through each module homepage and ensure you're familiar with what is being taught on the course. Okay, that's it for me. I hope you have a nice weekend, and I look forward to seeing you all across the course of this year, and please do enjoy your time with us.